Next week on Days of Our Lives.
Order!
Welcome back to Days of... Today we will learn about the explosive mystery surrounding Alex Kiriakis and the shocking criminal secrets that threaten to destroy his carefully constructed new life in Salem. The dark past emerges in a stunning development that has sent shockwaves throughout Salem. The prestigious July 31st episode of Days of Our Lives unveiled a bombshell revelation that Alex Kiriakis harbors a deeply troubling criminal history. The meticulous investigation conducted by the ever-persistent Steve Johnson has unearthed disturbing evidence that the charismatic businessman was previously arrested for undisclosed crimes before making his dramatic return to the beloved town. Steve's relentless digging, originally initiated to gather compromising information about the Kiriakis dynasty for Gabby Hernandez, inadvertently stumbled upon this explosive secret that threatens to unravel Alex's carefully crafted public persona. The veteran detective's expertise in uncovering buried truths proved invaluable when he discovered official records indicating that Alex faced multiple criminal charges several years ago, though the specific nature of these offenses remains shrouded in mystery. The weight of overwhelming evidence. What makes this revelation particularly damning is the documented fact that Alex chose to plead guilty when confronted with what sources describe as overwhelming evidence against him. This strategic legal decision suggests that the prosecution possessed irrefutable proof of Alex's criminal activities, leaving him with no viable defense options. The gravity of this situation becomes even more apparent when considering that someone of Alex's social standing and financial resources would typically exhaust every legal avenue before accepting guilt. The mysterious circumstances surrounding Alex's plea bargain raise numerous unsettling questions about the true extent of his criminal involvement. Legal experts familiar with high-profile cases suggest that such decisive guilty pleas often occur when defendants recognize that fighting the charges would only result in harsher sentences and more extensive media scrutiny. This calculated decision-making process reveals a calculating side of Alex's personality that many Salem residents have never witnessed. Family loyalty and hidden truths. Justin Kiriakis, Alex's devoted father figure and legal guardian, has maintained a protective stance regarding the arrest details, offering only vague explanations that dismiss the incidents as youthful indiscretions. His carefully chosen words suggest that Alex was merely young, dumb, and has since realized he made a mistake. But this sanitized version of events may be concealing far more serious criminal behavior. Justin's reluctance to provide specific details about the charges raises suspicious questions about whether the family patriarch is actively participating in a cover-up designed to protect the Kiriakis' reputation. The strategic manner in which Justin has handled media inquiries and family discussions indicates sophisticated damage control efforts. His emphasis on Alex's supposed rehabilitation and personal growth appears to be a calculated public relations campaign designed to minimize the potential fallout from these revelations. However, experienced observers of Salem's elite families recognize the telltale signs of crisis management when they see them. Speculation about the criminal activities, the complete lack of specificity regarding Alex's criminal charges has spawned intense speculation throughout Salem's gossip networks. Some residents theorize that Alex may have been involved in sophisticated financial crimes, such as embezzlement, securities fraud, or money laundering schemes that would align with his business acumen and access to corporate resources. The complexity required to execute such white-collar crimes could explain why the evidence against him was so overwhelming that a guilty plea became his only option. Alternatively, darker theories suggest that Alex's criminal activities may have involved more dangerous and morally reprehensible behaviors. The secretive nature of the family's response, combined with Justin's obvious discomfort when discussing the subject, has led some observers to speculate about potential involvement in drug trafficking, violent crimes, or even more sinister activities that would completely destroy Alex's public image if revealed. Steve's ongoing investigation. Steve Johnson's determination to uncover the complete truth about Alex's criminal past has intensified following these initial discoveries. His professional network of contacts and informants continues working diligently to obtain detailed police reports, court documents, and witness statements that could illuminate the full scope of Alex's illegal activities. The methodical approach Steve employs in his investigations suggests that additional shocking revelations may emerge in the coming weeks. The veteran detective's decision to confide in his wife Kayla about these discoveries demonstrates the gravity of the situation. Steve rarely involves Kayla in his more dangerous investigative work, but the potential threat that Alex poses to Stephanie's safety and emotional well-being has prompted him to seek her counsel. This collaborative approach between the married couple often leads to breakthrough discoveries that individual efforts might miss. Stephanie's precarious position, the romantic relationship between Alex and Stephanie Johnson, has become increasingly complicated as Steve grapples with his knowledge of Alex's criminal background. Steve's protective instincts toward his stepdaughter are in direct conflict with his promise to maintain confidentiality about his investigation. This internal struggle represents a classic dilemma between family loyalty and professional integrity that could have devastating consequences for multiple relationships. Stephanie's complete ignorance of Alex's criminal history places her in a vulnerable position that Steve finds increasingly difficult to tolerate. Her growing emotional attachment to Alex, combined with her history of poor romantic choices, has heightened Steve's anxiety about her safety and judgment. The investigator's experience with dangerous criminals has taught him to recognize warning signs that civilians often overlook. The inevitable confrontation spoiler information suggests that Stephanie will eventually discover the truth about Alex's hidden criminal record, leading to an intense confrontation that could destroy their relationship. The manner in which she learns these details, whether through Steve's eventual disclosure, independent discovery, or Alex's voluntary confession, will significantly impact her emotional response and future decisions. Her sense of betrayal may be compounded by the realization that multiple people knew about Alex's past while she remained in the dark. The psychological impact of learning about a romantic partner's criminal history can be devastating, particularly for someone like Stephanie who values honesty and transparency in relationships. Her previous experiences with deceptive partners have left emotional scars that make her particularly sensitive to feelings of betrayal and manipulation. Alex's failure to disclose his criminal background may trigger traumatic memories and defensive responses that could permanently damage their connection. Jeremy Horton's shadow, the strategic timing of Alex's criminal revelation appears designed to remind Stephanie of her tumultuous history with Jeremy Horton, her abusive ex-boyfriend whose criminal activities and violent behavior caused significant trauma. Jeremy's involvement in smuggling operations and his history of domestic violence created lasting psychological wounds that continue to influence Stephanie's relationship patterns and trust issues. The parallel between Alex's hidden criminal past and Jeremy's deceptive nature may force Stephanie to confront uncomfortable similarities between her current and former partners. Longtime viewers of Days of Our Lives recognize the sophisticated storytelling technique of using past character connections to create dramatic tension in current storylines. The mention of Jeremy Horton serves multiple narrative purposes. It provides context for Stephanie's relationship fears, establishes precedent for her attraction to problematic men, and potentially sets up his dramatic return to Salem. The psychological manipulation inherent in this storytelling approach demonstrates the writer's deep understanding of character development and audience engagement. The path forward as this explosive storyline continues to develop, the potential consequences extend far beyond Alex and Stephanie's relationship. The revelation of criminal activity within the prestigious Kiriakis family threatens to undermine business partnerships, social standing, and political connections that have taken generations to establish. The ripple effects of these disclosures could impact multiple character arcs and storylines throughout the remainder of the season. The ultimate resolution of this crisis will depend largely on Alex's willingness to provide complete honesty about his past activities and demonstrate genuine remorse for his actions. However, the pattern of secrecy and deception that has characterized his approach to this situation suggests that additional shocking revelations may still be forthcoming. Stephanie's final decision about their relationship will likely reflect her assessment of Alex's character and her confidence in his ability to change. The masterful storytelling in this particular arc demonstrates Days of Our Lives' continued ability to create compelling drama that resonates with longtime viewers while introducing new audiences to the complex web of relationships and secrets that define Salem's social landscape. The careful balance between revelation and mystery ensures that audience interest remains high while character development progresses naturally through challenging circumstances.